Do you ever feel afraid to be yourself? Afraid that people will judge you? Afraid that you'll stand out too much? This is the story of a girl who learned that being different is not something to fear. It's something to celebrate. There was a girl named Maya. She was 16 years old. She lived in a small town where everyone knew everyone. Maya loved to paint. She loved bright colors. She loved strange shapes. She loved art that made people think. But there was one problem. Nobody else in her town understood her art. Her classmates liked simple things. They liked photos of sunsets. They liked drawings of flowers. They liked art that was easy to understand. Maya's art was different. It was bold. It was unusual. It was honest. At first, Maya showed her paintings at school. She was excited. She wanted to share her work. But people didn't understand. Some students laughed. Some students said nothing at all. One boy said, "Why don't you paint normal things, like everyone else?" Maya felt embarrassed. She felt small. She felt like she didn't belong. So she made a decision. She decided to change. She decided to paint like everyone else. She started painting sunsets. She started painting flowers. She started copying what was popular. Her new paintings looked nice. They looked safe. They looked normal. People started to like them. They said, "Oh, now this is good." They said, "Finally, you're painting real art." Maya smiled. But inside, she felt empty. She felt like she was hiding. She was painting pictures that weren't truly hers. Days passed. Weeks passed. Maya kept painting safe pictures. But every night, she felt sadder. One afternoon, her art teacher, Miss Chen, called her after class. Miss Chen looked at Maya's new paintings. She didn't smile. She looked concerned. "Maya," she said softly, "where is your heart?" Maya didn't understand. "What do you mean?" she asked. Miss Chen pointed at the paintings. "These are beautiful, but they're not you. I remember your old work. It was alive. It was honest. It was brave." Maya looked down. "But nobody liked it," she whispered. Miss Chen sat beside her. "Maya, let me tell you something. The world doesn't need more people who paint sunsets. The world already has millions of sunsets." She paused. Then she continued, "The world needs people who dare to be different. People who show us something new. Something real." Maya felt tears in her eyes. She had been so afraid. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of standing out. Miss Chen smiled gently. "Do you know what courage is? It's not about being fearless. It's about being yourself, even when you're afraid." That night, Maya couldn't sleep. She thought about Miss Chen's words. She thought about her old paintings. She thought about who she really was. She realized something important. She had been living for other people's approval. She had forgotten to live for herself. The next morning, Maya made a choice. She decided to paint from her heart again. She took out her old brushes. She chose her favorite colors. She closed her eyes and let her feelings guide her hand. She painted for hours. She didn't think about what others would say. She just painted what she felt. When she finished, she looked at her work. It was wild. It was honest. It was completely her. Maya brought the painting to school. Her hands shook a little. She was nervous. But this time, she was ready. Some students looked confused. Some students whispered. But Maya didn't hide. Then something unexpected happened. A quiet girl from another class walked up to her. "I love this," the girl said. "It makes me feel something. It's different from everything else here." Another student nodded. "Yeah, it's brave. I wish I could create something like this. Not everyone liked it. Some people still didn't understand. But Maya realized something powerful. She didn't need everyone to understand. She needed to be true to herself. That was enough. Miss Chen saw the painting and smiled. "Welcome back, Maya," she said. From that day on, Maya never hid her art again. She painted what she loved. She created what felt real. Sometimes people criticized her. Sometimes people didn't understand. But Maya was happy because she was being herself. So, what does this story teach us? Being different is not a weakness, it's your strength. It's what makes you special. The world doesn't need another copy. The world needs the real you. Yes, some people won't understand. Yes, some people might judge you, but the right people will see your value. And most importantly, you will respect yourself because you chose courage over comfort. Remember this: fitting in is easy, standing out takes courage, but that courage is what creates a life you're truly proud of. Now, let's look at some useful vocabulary from today's story. Stand out means to be noticeably different from others. Example: her colorful dress made her stand out in the crowd. Judge means to form an opinion about someone, often negatively. Example: don't judge people before you know their story. Embarrassed means feeling ashamed or uncomfortable. Example: he felt embarrassed when he forgot his friend's name. Concerned means worried or caring about something. Example: the teacher was concerned about her student's sadness. Dare means to have the courage to do something. Example: she dared to speak the truth, even though it was difficult. Approval means acceptance or agreement from others. Example: he always seeks his parents' approval for big decisions. Whisper means to speak very quietly. Example: they whispered during the movie so they wouldn't disturb others. Criticized means to express disapproval or point out faults. Example: the movie was criticized for being too long. Maya's story reminds us that true happiness comes from being authentic, not from pleasing everyone. So here's my question for you: what makes you different? What part of yourself have you been hiding? Maybe it's time to let it shine. If this story touched your heart, write "I dare to be different" in the comments. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today. And remember, keep learning English and keep being beautifully you. See you in the next story.